popular physicians in India use it as a very strong aphrodisiac. But we are using this drug again for treatment of depression. And I have a series of patients where we have used this, and we find that this is again a mood elevating remedy. And this drug has also been used for treatment of Parkinsonism, and there is already a drug in the market from the source, Muconaprurians. This was the result of a clinical trial which was conducted in our hospital in patients of depression, showing that Kapikachu, if used for say 25 weeks, it shows a significant improvement in the mood of the patient, and it can be used as a treatment of mild to moderate depression in a very cost-effective manner. Now, not only drug, I'll take only 2 or 3 minutes more to say something more. Ayurveda has not only drugs, it has its approach, its theories, its doctrines, and it has some non-drug therapies. And the most important is Panchakarma therapy. This has evidence to show that some components of Panchakarma therapy have very good effect in patients suffering from different chronic diseases. The common disease where I have experience of treating is bronchial asthma. Most patients of bronchial asthma, if treated by Baman measures, the severity and frequency of attacks are reduced significantly. This can be done particularly, we do it in Basanta Ritu. Vasant is a season when the kapha is increased. If you give a Baman during that period, the whole year of an asthmatic patient is more smooth. This has been my own experience, and many physicians in Maharashtra state are regularly practicing. In Maharashtra, actually, they have a regular Vasantic camps where hundreds of patients come only for treatment of bronchial asthma by Baman. Similarly, the treatment of different kinds of mental problems with Shirodhara or neuromuscular problems by Pindaswed, which is done in Kerala. They are very effective. There are some researches already published in literature. More can be done. But I am very sure that Panchakarma therapy is one of the most important things where there is a need of putting up more effort to really standardize these techniques. There is a need of standardization. Similarly, Charasut treatment. I'm a physician, I'm not a surgeon, but quite a few of my physicians practice Charasut in treatment of different kinds of anorectal diseases. This again a very well standardized method of treating fistula in ano and piles and several other conditions of anorectal region with all standards of success. And this is already, I will take it as evidence-based method of treatment of this particular. I work in a hospital which is predominantly allopathic hospital. We have 800 beds of modern medicine, only 200 beds of Ayurvedic medicine. And all patients of the whole hospital are referred for this treatment in our hospital. This is again a very successful method of treatment. So there can be many things. I'm giving a few examples. So friends, because of lack of time, I conclude now here. Firstly, saying that Ayurveda is a very ancient system of medicine, but it is based on very sound principles and approaches. And because of those principles and approaches, it is surviving even today. And therefore, we should give importance not only to drugs, also to its approach and its theories. Secondly, the first thing to be done here is to standardize the drugs which we are already using. We should not run only behind research for new drugs. Say, hundreds and thousands of drugs are being used. In India, there are, I was told, 8,000 practicing pharmacies licensed by the government. They manufacture drugs, and the entire business of, domestic business of drugs, Ayurvedic drugs, is more than 10,000 crores. Now, such a big thing is done, but where is the standardization and quality control of these products? There should be a special effort on this front. And thirdly, the new drug research with all the rigor of science which is needed can be done. So these government of India, officers are here, our joint secretary is here. I will draw the attention, they should try to focus on this. They should, if needed, they should bifurcate the budgets. How much is the budget for drug standardization? how much the budget is for new drug research. So that whole money is not wasted only on the new drug research. This was always my feeling, because we are already using the products, we are already selling, many times we are also exporting, but they are not really in good shape. That had to be done. Next one. Sorry. Okay, before I close, I quote here Welch, a author who wrote a book on history of medicine many years ago. Not history of Ayurveda. He wrote a book on history of medicine, and on the very first page of the book he writes, in spite of the fact that the ancient Hindu medicine practice in India in earliest time was an equally developed scientific discipline as any other contemporary system in the world, its influence on the Western society was small. He agreed that it was very advanced, it was very good, but it could not be brought to the notice of the Western world. And this is why it is not mentioned, this is why it is not really accepted. Now there is a need that this is brought to the notice of the people all over the world. The world is too small now, and therefore there is a need of bringing the whole idea to the mind of everybody. Friends, with this I thank you very much for your kind attention.
My sincere compliments to Dr. Ram Harsh Singh for a very scholarly exposition on Ayurveda for our European friends. Sir, you are really in a very brief period, outlined the basics of Ayurveda and the basic fundamental scientific approach of Ayurveda. I just wanted to make one comment that when Government of India and our drug industry is doing research, they are primarily, most of the research is on standardization. In fact, our laboratories of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research and our laboratories like Ranbaxy, Dr. Katyal is sitting in front of me, their research is 50% on standardization. Now, standardization of botanicals is very research intensive. So that is why we call it research and development. Because even quality control requires standardization requires a lot of research. The development of marker compounds, discovery of marker compounds, they may be chemical, they may be biological, as you yourself know. So a lot of research and development is devoted to standardization and quality control, not only by government agencies, but also by manufacturing units. And now there are many companies in India which can compete with the best in the world as far as quality control is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Köszönjük szépen.